Hello and welcome to the Mike Guarneri podcast. Today is episode 29, reaching that number 30. Nice consistent streak I have going. I just jinxed myself, but I'll have to do some bizarre rituals and stuff after this podcast to set me back on track. Actually, I just got out of a meeting right before I recorded this podcast with some people who are going to help me make some really cool things happen, hopefully in the coming month or so. So once again, if you haven't done so already, please go to MikeGuarneri.com and sign up for my email list so you don't miss what's coming up. So today I would like to discuss observation. I'm a big believer in observation. My very first electronic newsletter I ever wrote, the very first time I put myself out onto the internet, was an electronic newsletter about observation. That's how important I think it is. My wife always says, "How did you know that? How did you see that?" I saw it. I observed it. I'm always looking for the things in between the things. Something might look, oh, this is happening. Well, look a little closer. There's other things happening. Maybe what you think is happening really isn't. But I digress. So there's different ways to improve your observation skills. And I just finished reading a book um, that's called On Alchemy: Essential Practices and Making Art as Alchemy by Brian Cotnor. And one thing he discusses in this book, which I think is pretty cool, is how to become more observant, starting small and getting bigger. So the first thing he recommends is find a small object. Like, for example, here I have some whiteout tape, little small thing. Find a small thing and start drawing it. Draw it small, whatever you're comfortable with. You're not trying to make the Mona Lisa or anything. And it's not artistic quality that matters, it's detail. Really, a small object is still probably tons of detail. Get to know your object inside and out, the contours, the lines, the markings, really learn your small object and keep drawing it until you get it perfect in your mind. And once again, perfect means perfect details, not perfect artisticness, if that's even a word. Um, the art quality doesn't matter as much as the detail. And then when you're done with that and you got this one object down, I don't know, you pick another one. What do I have laying around my desk here? I don't know. I have the case for my glasses. It's embossed and there's different lines on it and different flaps and things. Pick another item. Do the same exact thing. Start small. Do a rough drawing. Repeat it. Make it a little bit better. Don't focus on being artistic. Focus on the details. And do that however many times with 5, 10 objects until you really feel like this isn't going to take me long. I'm seeing all the details right away because you're training your mind to look for those details. So once you're through with that part of the exercise of drawing small objects and um, very detailed, you can move on to other things like that are larger. Like look out your window, observe what's going on, try to draw what you see out your window, and once again, detail, detail, detail. Training your mind to observe details. And you don't even have to look out your window. Look at a big painting or artwork in your house or anything, your dog. And it's just not a small little object like we started with. Draw that object and keep adding the details. I mean, you could do a landscape that's fantastically detailed. And if you are artistic, even better. Even better. It can be a real nice project for you. or even like just a progression book you can make. This was my first little crappy drawing, and then this one I added more detail, and this one is this. It's actually, keep all your iterations. It's a good way to look back at things, to see your development and your progress, going from I can't draw this for shit to wow, that's actually pretty good. And just keep expanding. Go outside, take a walk. If you see something that's interesting, look at it. Look at all the details. Memorize the details as best you can. When you come home, try to draw it. I mean, in particular, it would be good if you draw something that's still going to be there the next day, so you can go and look for more details. And bring your original drawing, and I'm walking around the corner past the mailbox. Okay, I drew the mailbox and details I remember, and let me match it up to the mailbox. What am I missing? Get more details. Go back home, draw it again. And this is an activity that's not meant to take forever. A few minutes a day. Just a matter of focusing on details, not focusing on whatever other things that are out there that are just not important or anything. The fluff. I thought this was a really unique take on developing your powers of observation. It's an important skill. And it's going to be dually important. And the reason why this is in an alchemy book, because physical alchemists had to observe what was happening when they were doing their different projects and experiments and whatever else. Missing an important detail could have been a big problem or could have ruined their experiment. And even with spiritual alchemy, where you're trying to elevate yourself and fix traumas or hurt within your spirit and your soul that you want to elevate and cure, same thing applies. You need to notice the details and what's going on in your head, the details of any dreams you have, the details of any visions you have. Knowing details and seeing details is just such an important thing in life in general, but I particularly think it's important for our mental health and being observant in different practices and things we try. I mean, I went through 10 Celtic practices. If you don't observe and keep a notebook, a log after you do it and write comments, how are you going to know if you improved or if it's working for you or not working for you other than just by feel? So observation is key. So once again, just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, please go to MikeGuarneri.com and subscribe to my mailing list. And the link is in the description below. If you've already signed up, thank you very much, and you'll be hearing from me in a not too distant future. So I'm going to leave it there. Until tomorrow, stay well.